ask the question, who are you? I often think most of the time it's a question that I can't give an answer to immediately. Oftentimes, I don't believe it's a question that is easy to just answer. To define yourself, you need to understand what your goal is, how you go about your life. There are some things you have to know about yourself to define who you are. To say I'm just a person, or I'm a Nigerian, or I'm a creative, or just whatever you can put in that bracket to say that's who you are doesn't just come to terms with the fact that you are not acknowledging your image. So, on an easier note, I would like to say, how do you know who you are? To understand who you are, you need to understand your core, and your core is divided into two. First is your purpose, and second is your value. I like to say your core purpose is that thing, that drive that can get you going as long as you can. For some people, that is being a creative, shooting content, writing, blogging, vlogging, whatever you can think of as a creative. For some people, it's solving problem. I like maths. I like addressing problems. I like tackling problem head on. Even the one I didn't create, it just seems interesting and easy to just come up with solutions to problems that seem out of bound. That is solving this problem. So to understand your core, you need to understand your purpose. And for me, I've defined my purpose as someone who like to solve things, who like to break bounds by solving things, by creating solutions to problems that exist in society or in his own life. Then for your core value, I like to say what governs you. I like to see it as this: the center, then what is around it. For me, at the center, I'm a Muslim. Then around it, I'm Yoruba. Then after that, anything can come, anything else can come. At the center, I'm a Muslim. Around that, I'm Yoruba. Then anything can come after those two. That that is my core value, and that is what I hold dear in my heart. So to understand that is to understand the fact that I'm this person, this is who I am. It can't change. If you understand that this is your purpose and this is your value, it's not easy to confuse the fact that you have an identity yourself. You won't misunderstand the fact that you know who you are, and people cannot just create a version of you in your head or trying to confuse you about how to go about your life. For me, I know what I want. I know what I want in life. My purpose and my values are what I create to guide me. My purpose is to solve problem, and my value is being a Muslim and being a Yoruba and anything else around that. So those two those two part of my core is what guide me to being a better person. But to understand the kind of identity you have, I have to say I divided into two. I call them scalar and vector identities. So for scalar identity, these are kind of people who enjoy the moment, who live their life in the moment. They don't have a plan for the future ahead. They just see it as far as it comes, they will handle it. But right now, they are enjoying what they can. And there are those who actually have vector identities, who are working in the moment and understand that this is what I want the future to be, and they're working towards that. Scalar identity is for people who just live in the moment, who understand that this moment is there, this moment is it's just what they have. They know that the future is going to come, but they are working towards it. Like as far as it comes, they'll accept it. If it doesn't come, then so be it. For vector identities, those ones actually plan out their future. They understand that this is what I want the future to be. The more they don't see themselves in the present, more likely they see themselves in the future. Like that future version of themselves is who they define themselves as. So that is one aspect of being vector or scale identity. of having a scalar or vector identity. Not to say that there are no advantages and disadvantages to both. To start with, for scalar identity, it is to understand that this kind of people, no matter if bad things happen, they can just improvise because it is the moment. They can enjoy the moment, know that okay, this moment is gone, but the next moment I will enjoy it. Then for vector quantities, if anything happens, they can go back to their plan and say, okay, this is who I want, this is how the future is supposed to be, and so this is where I messed up. I can get back on track here. So that's the advantage of having different ones. The advantage for having a scalar identity is that they don't tend to worry much about the future. Most people panic, and like most vector identity people just panic and say, okay, this is not what I want in life. Like this thing, vector identity kind of people are much more influenced by the lifestyle of other people, while those of scalar identities just enjoy the moment and they know that whatever it brings, whatever come after is just it. So that's the advantage of being scalar. The advantage of having a vector identity is if they have a plan and they derail from the plan, they can say, okay, I messed up here, and they can try to get on track back right here. I thought identity is kind of like it's kind of like an imbalance in of itself, because they are much they are much likely to be influenced by external factors, and if these external factors are too large for them to control, like any external factors large enough to control or derail their plan might not be easy to come back on track. That's one disadvantage of having a vector identity. It's better to just be in the middle. Sometimes enjoy the moment, and sometimes live in the future. Just plan ahead. Don't plan too much to the point that it ruins the moment. So try to enjoy the moment and live in it. My question would be, who are you and how do you define yourself?